Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a new kind of AI that's, well, it's way more than just another chatbot. We're talking about a personal AI agent that could completely change how you work, how you organize your life, everything. We're going to break down what it is, how it works, and exactly how you can use it. So, if you're ready to get a glimpse of the future of personal AI, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, so you've probably seen the name Claude bot popping up all over the place. It kind of went viral almost overnight. But hey, if this is the first you're hearing about it, no worries at all. We're about to unpack exactly what this thing is and why it's such an absolute game changer.
You know, we're all pretty used to AI assistants that are passive, right? You ask a question, you get an answer. But what if we flipped that whole model on its head? What if your AI could actually take the initiative, remember everything about you, and literally do things for you on your computer? That is the massive leap we are talking about today. And hey, if you want to learn how to put this to work in your own life, stick around because I've got some practical tips for you at the end. And while you're at it, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more explainers just like this one.
So what's the secret sauce here? What really makes ClaudeBot so special? What separates it from a plain old chatbot? Well, it all comes down to one really simple but incredibly powerful idea: memory.
Okay, think of it like this. A standard chatbot is kind of like a friendly but super forgetful librarian. They're helpful right there in the moment, but the second you walk away from the website, poof, they have no idea who you are. An AI agent, on the other hand, is like having a loyal personal assistant who is always by your side, on your computer. It remembers everything, your big projects, your little preferences, all of it. See, it's not just a tool, it's a teammate.
So you're probably wondering, okay, how does this all work under the hood? The tech is pretty complex for sure, but we can break it down with the simple analogy. Just think of it as building your very own digital butler. Building this digital butler really just takes 4 main steps. First, you've got the connectors. This is how you hook it up to all the apps you already use, like WhatsApp and Slack. Next, you need a nervous system, right? A central hub that manages all those conversations. Then, of course, you give it a brain, like a powerful AI model from Claude or GPT. And finally, and this is the fun part, you give it superpowers. These are the special skills that let your butler do everything from browsing the web to controlling your smart home.
So, what can your new digital butler actually do for you? This is where it gets really, really cool. Let's look at the 3 game-changing superpowers that make this thing a true force to be reckoned with.
First up is persistent memory. This is what lets your AI remember, well, everything. Every conversation, every preference you've ever mentioned, every wild idea you had at 3 in the morning. It completely transforms the AI from just a cold, impersonal tool into a real companion that actually gets to know you better over time.
Next, we have proactive intelligence. And honestly, this is a total paradigm shift. Instead of you always having to ask for help, your AI can actually reach out to you first. Just imagine waking up to a personalized morning briefing with everything you need to know for the day already prepared. It's like having an assistant who's always one step ahead of you.
And finally, we get to full system access. This is what gives your AI the power to actually do things for you. It can browse the web, manage your files, even run programs. So for example, you could say, hey, find me the best deals on a new laptop. And it could not only find the deals, but also open the websites and start putting the best options into a spreadsheet for you to compare, all on its own. It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so now that you get what ClaudeBot can do, let's get to the fun part. How can you actually use this in your day-to-day life? I promised you some practical tips, so let's get right into it.
For personal productivity, ClaudeBot is a monster. I mean, imagine having an assistant that whips up those personalized morning briefings, scans your inbox to draft replies to routine emails, helps manage your calendar to find the perfect meeting time, and even summarizes those long articles or videos you just don't have time for. Seriously, the possibilities are just endless.
But it's not just for work. ClaudeBot can help automate your home life too. Picture this: an assistant that controls your smart lights, plans your meals for the week based on the weather forecast, creates your shopping list already organized by aisle for your local store, and even keeps track of your health data from your smartwatch. It's like having a butler, a personal chef, and a wellness coach all rolled into one.
And maybe the best part of all, you can talk to your AI on any device, anywhere, and it always picks up right where you left off. It's one single, continuous conversation, no matter if you're on your phone, your laptop, or hopping between apps. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing. So what's the catch? And that's a fair question. There are a couple of things you definitely need to know about the cost and, the risks involved. Let's break it all down.
First, the good news. The Claude bot software itself is totally free. It's open source, and you can run it on a cheap little cloud server for just a few bucks a month, or, get this, you can even run it on an old laptop you have lying around for literally $0.
The real cost comes from the AI's brain. You have to pay for access to a powerful model like Claude or GPT, and it's a pay-as-you-go deal. But don't let that scare you, it's not as pricey as you might think. For light use, you're probably looking at around $10 to $30 a month. And even for a heavy user, it's still pretty reasonable. But, and this is a big but, you have to be careful. If you let an automation run wild, you could end up with a massive bill. One user actually managed to spend over $3,600 in a single month. So yeah, you're going to want to keep an eye on your usage, or you could be in for a very nasty surprise.
Now, that financial risk leads us straight to the other big consideration, security. I mean, giving an AI full access to your entire digital life, that's a pretty big deal, and you have to make sure you're doing it safely. Because this AI is going to have access to all your personal stuff, setting it up correctly is absolutely crucial. There have been cases where people accidentally exposed all their private data and conversations to the public internet. So you've got to be careful. But please, don't let that scare you off. With a little bit of care and attention when you're setting it up, you can keep your data safe and secure.
As the project's own documentation says, there is no perfectly secure setup. And that's just the reality of it. You can't eliminate every single risk, but you can definitely manage them. It's all about making smart, deliberate choices about what you're comfortable with.
And here's something else that's just really cool about this project. It's not a for-profit company. The creator is completely committed to keeping it open source and driven by the community. So you can be pretty confident that it's going to stay a tool built for the people, not for big corporations. So that brings me to a question for you. If you had your very own personal AI agent running 24/7, ready to go, what's the very first thing you would ask it to do? Would you have it automate something at work, something at home, your entire life? The possibilities are just massive, so let your imagination run wild with it.
I seriously cannot wait to hear your ideas. Let me know down in the comments what you would automate first. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer, make sure you like this and subscribe for more deep dives into the amazing world of AI. Thanks for watching.